Okay, we are continuing our functions. Fine. We have a function here called, as I said, all PHP functions begin with the keyword function. Function addition. So the name of the function is called addition. Function is a keyword. And this function is accepting two parameters. $a, $b. The parameters are $a and b. The name of the function is called addition, and the keyword function is compulsory. So then the definition of the function is here, and this is the declaration of the function. So let's say what will what will happen to $a and b will be inside the function. So the body of the function, I will say this function is just, let me do it in a very naive way for you, the novice way. $sum is equal to $a plus $b. So I'll say return. If you don't return the function, nothing happens. It will happen to the computation. So I'll return $sum. So when I call the function addition, after the computation here is done, this is the value that will be printed. So I have my function declaration and definition and everything here at the top. Now I want to call this function. So I'll say echo. Then the call of the function is by calling the name of the function, and if there are argument, you pass the argument to the function. So if I pass 4 and 3, I'm supposed to get what? 7. Because from the function definition, we are adding the two parameters, and the two parameters here are 4 and what? 3. So when I do this and I go to the server, you open your whatever server you are running, whether it's XAMPP or WAMP or engines. Lessons. So you see 7 is printed here. You can see 7. I'm running on an engine server, the reverse project. My PHP version is 7.4, the latest. So whatever server you are using, if you have this browser plugin to tell you whether it's WAMP, XAMPP, Lightspeed or II, it will be I'm using engines. So the value of this computation is what? 7. So you see block of codes. All these block of codes are giving one name called addition. So when I call addition like this, and I pass parameters, because the function is requesting for what? 2 parameters. Let's say I pass 7 parameters. There should be a warning from PHP interpreter for me, because the function is supposed to get what? 2 parameters, and I've passed 3 parameters. So let me run and see what will come. Sorry. You see, because PHP has ignored the 3rd parameter. But if we allow our PHP to be very strict, it will throw an error that the parameter is supposed to be 2 and we have passed 3. This thing cannot be done in the static languages, statically typed languages like C#, Java, Go, and Co. You can't do this because you said the function should take 2, and here you are overloading it. You are loading more than 2 parameters. But because it's PHP, it's a dynamic language. So let's complain from the interpreter. Okay, fine. So we have defined the function addition, and then the definition, whatever it does. We call it by its name and we pass argument. Let's look at another function. This function doesn't have argument. And function names must be the dark type. Dark typing. Or the function name, the initial start with small. If there are another noun, start with capital. So here, this function is just doing return what? Gado. So when you call this function, it will return this for you. So let me call my name. Let me call my name. It doesn't have argument. So when I'm calling it, I will not supply any argument to it. Let's run and see what it will produce. See, it printed what? Gado. As simple as that. So functions are the building block of most. They are first-class citizens of every programming languages, especially the functional languages like Haskell, Kotlin, Clojure, and Co. See, if you take a language like Kotlin, it's purely functional. Even Java is functional. You can do functional programming in Java. I come to Haskell, Kotlin, they are purely functional languages. Yeah. So functions are first-class citizens. It makes your code what? Expressive and clean to read, because blocks of code are given one umbrella, or under one umbrella to be called. So we can have functions in one file and call them in another file when we come to those include files. Okay, so let's look at another function. Okay, the same function addition. Function sub. This function sub is taking 3 arguments. Let's say function sum is taking 3 arguments. You see, these are the arguments. In C#, C++, you first of all give the function declaration, the prototype, and then the body, and then the core. The function prototype is there, then the definition of the function will come, then the core. But in PHP, all is together. So here we can say return $E, short at that, $B, $C. So when we come and we call sum here, you can't call a function you have not defined. I will show you the error you get. You are calling a function that doesn't exist. Yeah, because I think I'm so serious of my program, I'm calling function. Then I start calling function mod. Although I have not declared the function called mod in any file that I'm calling this, I'll get errors. Remember, I already declared this. I have not declared mod and sub. So when you are calling functions you have not defined, the interpreter must throw some error for you. Fatal error, uncaught error. We didn't catch the error. To undefined function mod. You see, even it has stopped the interpretation after mod. The interpretation has been halt by the interpreter because we have not defined a function called mod here. See, there's no function called mod, and we are calling it. So first of all, you must define the functions before you call them. So when I comment mod, comment sub, this code is supposed to run. I see 10. When you add all this, you get 10. So these are functions. Functions are first-class citizens of every programming language, and the function must first of all have a definition. If there are parameters, you supply it with the parameters. Then when you are calling the function, you call it by its name, the name. Then if there are parameters supplied in the definition, you supplied it when you are calling it also. So let's say we have a function here, function connect to server, connect server. If you are doing some HTTP or network programming, then you see $IP address, $username, $password. You see. So this is a nice function that connects to a server. You take the IP address of the server, take the IP of the server, the username and the password on the server. So when I'm calling this function, connect to server, connect server, I'm supposed to give the server IP address, the username, and the password is Benin. That's where we all want to go now, so that I can rewrite the network library in Unix. To become popular, I must go to Benin to learn how to write a network library in Unix, so that I become popular. Yes, so you see we have called the function connect to server and take parameter IP address, and it's a string here. Because PHP is a dynamic language, we didn't specify. I can Java and we have to say this string IP. You see, but PHP the types are used as one type. So here's a string. Then the username is Gado, the password is Benin. So whatever will happen to the connection of the server is in the function definition. Here are the things that will happen when we are connecting. Maybe successful. Return successfully connected to Benin server. So when I call this function, this is what will happen. Whether you get some proxy, you have to jump, some VPN tunnel or whatever, it's all in the function body. After that, we only call the function by its name, and then it will supply with the parameters. So I think this is all for functions right now. And I run successfully connected to Benin server. So the next meeting will be on my SQL databases and PHP databases and databases. How to connect to a database, fetch users from a database, add users, create roles, assignment, and all those things. We'll use MySQL or MariaDB, any of them here. And that's what we'll be looking at, God willing, next week. And from there, you can progress. You can progress into your project I've assigned. Those of you designing systems that require database connection, how to connect to a database, how to create tables, how to fetch data from table and display them, how to do edit, add, delete a record, add a record, all those things you'll learn. So I wish you all the best. Stay safe. This guy will counsel logging out. Bye.